Welcome to the Entrepreneurship Networking Program. Today we'll be discussing increasing visibility for SMEs. Your host, Miller Jonathan Puku, and to help us with the topic today and understand the increasing visibility for businesses, especially in Africa and actually particularly in Zambia, we're joined by Mr. Harry Muhango, the CEO and founder of Profit Valley, a technology and software company. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan, for having me here.
Perfect. We are very blessed to have you here. And of course, as you know, the world is changing and it's revolving, and we need to do things fast. So when companies like yours that are into technology and software, it's very, very important that we can bring them on set so that we can have SMEs that are trying to advance, especially in terms of marketing their products. They can use some of your solutions. So I'll just quickly run into it. The first question we have is briefly tell us about Profit Valley.
Yes, thank you. So Profit Valley is a company that helps businesses grow in three key areas: digitization, digitalization, and branding. Specifically, what we do, we help businesses get visible online, not just nationally, but globally, obviously. We also help them improve their brands. As you know, any business can have a Facebook page or a website, but how standard and how much of a quality online presence is that? So we do the graphics and the visual design of the online presence. And the third thing is integration of technology, which if a business would like to optimize its operations, what kind of technology or software can they use? So mainly that's what Profit Valley is.
Oh, perfect.
And that is what we do in a nutshell.
Okay, perfect. Well articulated. But what do you think SMEs out there, MSMEs, need to market their business using platforms like yours, digital and online platforms, over and above, obviously, the tradition of marketing of personal selling and flyers, physical things? Why would you think this is actually very, very important for SMEs to actually tap in the online and digital platforms of marketing?
Obviously, there's a number of reasons, but some of which is there's more opportunity for you to interact with your customers online, which is where they spend most of their time.
Okay.
Almost 80% of every business, or if you look at the statistics for how many people have access to mobile phones, and it doesn't have to be a smartphone, you could even use text message as a form of digital advertising or marketing to a certain degree. Your customers are online. If they're not on social media, they are surfing Google. So you need to be in the place where they pay most of their attention. A lot of us could testify, if we have a smartphone, or even those watching the program now, we have access to our WhatsApp and our Facebook feeds where we spend most of our time.
Okay.
And our businesses are best placed in those spaces so that we could interact with whatever promotion or content they have, or maybe information that they have about their business in the place where, as I've mentioned, we're spending a lot of our time.
Okay.
So yeah, that's why it's important. The second point I would say is that they can gain access to new markets.
Okay.
If you are a traditional business located in the middle of a small community, what if you have a great product and you have the capacity to reach customers that are beyond your physical location? Okay. So being online allows you to do that, especially for businesses selling retail products. So you're able to then offer things like deliveries to people not just within the country, but even abroad. So this works well for product-based businesses that have movable objects, from creative products to even hardware products as well.
Okay.
So I would say those are the main two.
Okay. So when you talk about the marketing, I'm interested to know about the technology integration.
Okay.
So you would actually screen a client, because would you put all clients, like maybe there'll be a client that you may not put on WhatsApp or Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn?
Correct.
You actually screen clients and choose which media forms among the social media platforms you would actually put them, depending on the type of business they're doing.
Correct. So just like you may be familiar with accounting, you do an audit.
Yes.
So we do that as well.
Okay.
So we do an audit based on the business's position, who their target customers are, and where they want to be. Okay. So if it's Facebook, or if it's LinkedIn or Instagram, this is on the digital marketing end.
Okay.
Certain businesses are actually better placed having a powerful web presence That means their website needs to be interactive with things like customer login or maybe adverts that, or maybe e-commerce activation where people could buy off their website. Other businesses can have a social media presence, but what they would benefit more of is from having an account on, let's say, Amazon, eBay, because that's where they can actually sell, even getting listed on Alibaba. So it's really the three things, as I mentioned, where the business is, who their target customer is, especially currently and maybe for growth, and where they really want to be. Then it's easy for us to know where they need to focus in terms of online visibility.
Oh, perfect.
Correct.
The other question I have is, how do you think ProWit Valley will stand out over its competitors in the similar business, especially where technology is concerned? You know, there are quite a number of businesses, of course, that are growing, some that have been already existing, that are almost similar to your business.
Yes.
And because of technology, you know, changing from time to time, sometimes it also affects how you appear on the market. So how do you stand out over your competitors in terms of technology?
Aside from the name, Profit Valley itself, meaning profit, and if you actually search our website, as you could see, it has a W, which means growth.
Oh, okay.
I would say what makes us unique, or what is actually our goal, is to build an ecosystem where clients, especially traditional business owners, don't feel overwhelmed with the digitization and branding processes. As you know, there's a lot of digital and tech startups that are active on the market. Yeah. And if you're a traditional business owner, you know what it's like when everybody's saying, go digital, it's a digital age. The question is, where do you start from? Okay. So what we have done, as I mentioned, is just like the human being is mind, body, and spirit. A business in terms of global growth is, as I mentioned, digitization, integration of technology, and also branding. So we focus on creating a seamless customer journey. So an example is when a client, a traditional business owner who maybe owns a retail store, comes to us for a service. Usually their first interaction with us is to improve their brand. Yes. Their brand in terms of the traditional assets that they use, like company profiles, whether it's T-shirts, the designing. We don't do the printing, we do the design work. Okay. It could be their digital flyers as well, their slogan. Sometimes they may even need to change their business name. Then the second step is making sure that, okay, with the brand that we have built, we actually now get them visible online. This is where a perfectly developed Facebook page or website or LinkedIn account is beneficial. Okay. From that phase, that's where we now take them into integration of technology. So we have partnerships, for example, like with Google. Profit Valley is a Google partner. So we can actually help them integrate such technology. On top of that, we are also developing our own business management system, which they can integrate. Okay. And among all that, at the end of that, we also help them build their capacity in using the technology. The final stage, which is the fourth stage, is where we now help them get investor ready, because if your brand is set, your digitization is on point, and you are able to use technology to, let's say, monitor your finances as well, it's easy for then investors to have confidence in you. Okay. The idea is we would like an investor in the UK, in the US, somewhere, anywhere around the world to easily search for a business online. They're able to see your website. They're able to see your social media. They're able to see your content. If they request for, as we were discussing before the show, your financial documentation, your customer history, you have already digitized your financials in that way, and you can provide that information easily. Okay. So it gives you a bigger opportunity to actually grow when you digitize, I would say, with us. So we're not just focusing on creating a Facebook page or having a website. So it's that whole process that we're actually developing with our clientele. So I would say that's what makes us unique.
Perfect.
Correct.
Okay, I think it's similar to the previous question, but
yes.
Is there dedicated sectors that you particularly concentrate or target, as far as services are concerned?
Okay, so currently, being that we are trying to get businesses global, we are focusing mainly. I wouldn't say it's a sector. It's more of an industry, which is the retail industry. And I would say value addition industry is one we're looking at.
Okay.
So people that are maybe processing traditional products like peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
So we help them get those packages properly packaged with international standard designs. You know, you've seen some packaging, it looks terrible. So yes, so you want international packaging.
Yeah.
You also want to be able to then sell those products online if people need to buy. It would benefit maybe a small business that has proper branding to be able to sell using their website.
Okay.
And these things are not difficult actually to set up. And for us, one thing that we actually focus on, even with the work that we do, is speed.
Okay.
If you, I think, look at our website, and if eventually people visit, anyway, the idea is to be able to get the business digitized or branded as quickly as possible.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay, perfect. The reason why I asked that, recently there was this Zicta innovation program,
Okay.
where innovators, ICT innovators made different mobile apps, and
Yes.
obviously what they might not have now is commercialization. And commercialization
Yes.
obviously starts with marketing.
Correct.
So I was actually interested to know whether Prowit actually can tap in there, where
Okay.
one's innovation, maybe a mobile app, can actually be marketed by Prowit. Is there something that you actually can do?
Yes, in terms of digital marketing, we do not offer digital marketing as a service,
Oh, okay.
but we do develop the strategies for digital marketing and also train the teams of a business on how to use the digital marketing tools.
Oh, okay.
So we have noticed, actually personally from experience, I've actually been doing it since 2016 for quite a while.
Okay.
Worked with numerous companies, local and international. And I've got to learn that a lot of businesses are now getting into a place where they need someone in-house to do their active digital marketing.
Oh, yes.
So the best way is to build the capacity of those individuals in those organizations.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Then just finally, why is it important for SMEs to invest or perfect their branding? Why is it very important that branding is actually very, very important?
I think everybody knows this. Branding is important because it helps you stand out in the marketplace, not just from your competition, but stand out in the eyes of your customer. When you're walking in the aisles of ShopRite, sometimes when you don't know a product, even just the branding will give you the confidence that this is a quality. So this goes with the packaging, if that is. And even for service-based businesses, imagine if you say you are a professional accountant for 30 years. Somebody goes to your Facebook and they see that you've been posting memes about, some guy from Katete. I'm actually from that area, eastern area.
Okay.
But you get the point, right?
Yes.
So branding also, even for personal brands or for service-based businesses, even retail, goes beyond just the graphics and the images, but also the content that you share. Because as I mentioned, a potential customer, a potential business partner, a potential investor is going to come and search your social media content. They will search your website. They see not only the quality, but the consistency of your content. That's part of branding.
Okay.
And to a certain degree, subconsciously, it tells them whether you are maybe serious about what you do or the quality of your existence. I don't know if you get the point.
Yes.
Yes, so I would say to that degree, it's actually very important.
All right.
Yes.
So, viewers, branding is very important, as Mr. Harry has put it. Mr. Harry is there to actually let you that you can actually be visible in business. You can actually, most of these entrepreneurs and SMEs will complain to say my business is not moving, but maybe the strategy of use of how you're marketing your business is actually wrong. So sometimes it's very good that you tap into services such as the one Prowit is actually offering, where you can actually be visible to the market. Let the people know your product, let the people see your product. So it's very important that you actually partner with partners like Prowit. So actually we've come to our end of our program, and we wish to thank Mr. Mango for according us this time, and also to come here and give us this informative information on this program. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan.
Thank you, viewers, and see you next time.